Hi everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Stephany Yang. Today we have a very special guest with us, the founder of Tracey Chen. Tracey Chen.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, everyone.
Thanks for being here with us today. And I'm very intrigued by your story because I know you used to work in law. Can you tell us a little bit about your transition from a lawyer and now a jewelry brand founder? It's been 5 years.
Yeah, actually, it's almost 10 years, but it's our 5th year in Taiwan. And I think I've been always a romantic person. So since I was 18, I think my dream is like getting married, having my kids, and a beautiful life. So I think marriage for me is just not like a dream come true, but also a turning point for me to think about what can I do and create for myself. And at the same time, my mom always told me that, okay, a woman should never stop working after you get married, especially it's a great excuse for you to escape from your kids once in a while. And she's halfway joking, but I got her point. So I start asking myself that, since I love jewelry so much, why don't I just do it myself? So I think that's the beginning of Tracey Chen, just because I prepare my dowry way too happy when I choose the jewelry. And also Stephanie just mentioned how about the process. I think it's a long journey, very long journey of like an attorney and a jewelry designer, and then eventually building up my brand. It's a long process of like keep asking questions with yourself, and a long process, sometimes struggling, but yet humbling process of knowing what you need and what you want and what you are capable of.
I really like how you say it's a very humbling process. It seems like you're very successful now. What do you think made you persevere despite, maybe going through some tough time?
Yes, of course. I still remember in 2020, I opened my first store in Taiwan. And when I was thinking, oh, everything was finally taking off, the lockdown came. And everything suddenly was becoming in a certain uncertain way. And the stress was and the pressure was intense. And at the first beginning, I need to tell everyone how much effort and how much heart I pour into everything for my work, and how my artwork is good. But by the end, I realized something. I need to slow down a little bit, and I need to listen to my heart. And only when I can create something that can truly reflect my inner peace and my inner voice, my artwork will shine eventually, naturally, and touch people's hearts.
And you said this is the main purpose of your brand is light. Can you tell us a little bit about what light means to you and how a lot of your works reflect that?
Yes, I always believe that every woman carries his own light or her own light, and the light is not something given by others; it's something come within. And after 5 years, at first beginning, okay, I just have a slogan like "Glow Your Light" that really touched me, and I use it as my slogan. But after 5 years, like exploration of myself and long journey, well, very worthy, I realized that light changed. Sometimes it's like vague, sometimes it's bright, but I'm really glad that I can have my word to express my feeling and to embody my thoughts and turn everything into a form of art to show people what's inside of me and how jewelry it is, how beautiful it is, the jewelry within the light, and also all of you. Okay, I believe that, okay, my jewelry didn't bring you any light. My jewelry just made your light a little bit brighter.
The biggest inspiration.
Yeah, because so many people ask me what's the difference between like making jewelry and jewelry designer brand. I think it's about the thought. Because just like I said, I was to be an attorney, and I always keep asking myself, yes, if it's only because I love jewelry, is it really enough for me to give up my years of study and years of practice of law? So what do I looking for? And along the process, because there's no one in my family was in the industry, so I need to learn from everything from the very, very beginning, like purchasing the gemstones and then sketching the design, so many things. And along the way, somehow I found that I don't just want to do the beautiful pieces. I don't just want to do the beautiful jewelry. I want to know how far I can go. I really want to know how far I can go after I put all this effort and all my thoughts and all my spirits, all my feelings into the art, into the jewelry, which can reflect my authentic self. I really want to know how far I can go. So I think that's the beginning of why I want to do the brand. And that also make us like a designer brand than other jewelry.
Can you tell us a little bit about these series and the stories behind each of them?
Yeah, we have 5 collections now. The one we are really for this year is a sway. And it's something because I think, it's been 5 years in Taiwan. I really want to celebrate. Sometimes, there's so many hardships. It's so struggling time for the past few years. But now, I feel because the age come, okay, and you just want to celebrate for yourself. You want to celebrate with the people who have given you the support and love to make you to go through everything until now. So this year I want to create something. I hope it can reflect my thought. And I thought, seeing of the documentary I watched when I was like early age, it's about a Japanese dancer. She's an elder woman, and she was like moving her body on an empty and a black stage. And when she was doing her moves, every move was just like a last sight of her life. And I was so overwhelmed because when she like went back to the backstage, everyone pushed forward to help her because she was clapped. She exhausted, and I feel like there's something really like made me touched. So this year, when I think about our like a theme of the 5th year, I really want to use the skirt to like show people's vitality for like even like a tutu for the young girls or wedding dress for a newly bride. Also, even just a dress you wear in the daily life. When you move your body, when you sway your body, that's all the vitality of your life. It's all the cheers for your life because you enjoy that moment, and that moment becomes eternity. I want to catch that into my artwork. Yes. So I think that's the most important part of our this year's theme. And also, of course, we have our oath. We use the Taiwanese orchid to celebrate and to respect and the land of Taiwan. I really grateful that after something happened to me in my life, I'm so happy Taiwan when I get back to this land gave me security. So I use Taiwanese orchid to celebrate and to be an expression for my love and gratitude for this land. And also we have a light collection to express woman's power and the glory of starlight and sunlight, different collections. And we also have the water drop, the white jadeite, the design of the white jadeite to express my feeling, because I also believe every woman has her or his like purest part. Yeah, white jadeite. And this one thing very interesting because I have one client, she told me that when we think of white jewelry, most people would think of diamond, pearls. But Tracey, you are the only one and also the first one who used the white jadeite as a new collection. And she bought our like water drop collection to be her wedding jewelry. I was so touched. And the last one is the chorus, because we use the color stone to decorate the color stone. We try to use the different color, different shape, and different like clarity, different color, and it's just like a balance of the life, woman's life. So interestingly, when I first think of this all inspiration, I didn't think about light. I didn't think about the different stage of the woman. I just want to experience my different feelings, my different thought, my different emotion, a different stage. But now after 5 years, it all comes together and make Tracey Chen, this brand has different styles collection to reflect different stage of the life. I'm so grateful about this.
tell us a little bit about the production process of each of these jewelry and they're handmade? It's a very laborious process.
Very time consuming, and you need to work with so different workshops because some workshop will give you the gemstone, some workshop will give you some technique, but you need to try, keep trying, because we have beautiful sketch, but whether the craftsman, the goldsmith person can bring it out. And for example, like when I do the suede collection, I need to collect so many color stones and then put them into the place I want them to be. Because as a designer, that's our job, okay? And also there are so many different ways of like making the patterns. For example, even we have the same amount of the color stone, the way how you do your pattern and the way I do my pattern will totally be different. So it's very time consuming, and sometimes even just one art piece, it takes like thousands of hours to collect, to arrange, to put the gemstone in the right place. And then you need to do the sculpture of the mold, of the sheet, of the jewelry, like the petals, like the skirt. Yeah, it's interesting because that's also a process of the conversation and the trying of the new groups and new people. And for example, I always say that 5 years ago, we won't be able to do so many art jewelries. So during this period, we try so many things, and we work with different workshops. Of course, I made mistakes. Of course, sometimes I fail. But it's all the process of learning, and luckily, after 5 years now, I can present you my work.
What kind of advice would you give to people that might also want to start their own brand, but maybe don't have any background? Like for example, myself, I don't have any background, but hearing your story, I'm very inspired too.
Oh, then you need to go through some hardship first. Always listen to yourself, what you need. I think like starting a business is also a process of knowing yourself. You really need to know yourself, what you need, and what is your first priority, what's your second priority. And of course, everyone has desire. Sometimes we just need to give up something.
Give up something?
Yeah, think of something, because probably my ability won't be allow me for that. I have family, I have kids, I have my careers, I have parents. My ability won't allow me to do everything in the perfect way. But that's okay, right? You try your best, but sometimes, of course, you need to give yourself a break. And then when you want to do the break, you need to give up something. For example, when I spend time with my kids, I won't have the time to do my work. So it's like a continual conversation with yourself, and you need to know that's a kind of romantic again. Just like first I said, I'm the romantic person, but you really need to know what's your passion. You need to know your passion, what's your truly inside. You need to listen to yourself, your inner voice. Sometimes when it's too hard, it's okay. That's really my advice, because everyone's ability is different. Give up. It's not a bad thing, but still you need to stick on something you believe. Yeah, and then try not to give up. And as long as you are not giving up, you are there. And even it's slow, but you are improve every day, day by day, and you will see your work eventually. And being patient.
Yes, being patient, waiting, despite hardship.
Yes, still, keep going, keep working, but really it's a long process of like self-conversation, knowing what you want, knowing what you need, and keep moving forward with gentleness to yourself while struggling, but hang there.
That's very good advice. Is there anything else you'd like to add about your new collection, or are there any new projects that you're looking forward to in the future, or any future goals?
Future goals, we do have future goals. I hope my jewelry one day can be brought to the world, and then more and more people will know Tracey Chen. But I think the most important thing is, I just as said, I hope everyone, when you put on the jewelry, we can bring your light a little brighter.
You mentioned your first collection was jadeite, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you're the first to cut?
In the irregular
Regular
shape of
shape.
jade, because at the first beginning, oh well, we are now like a millionaire, so you won't be able to cut a diamond in any shape you like because that's really cost a lot, right? So luckily, sometimes it just happened. I happened to meet with like a very big supply of the jadeite. And I think maybe I can do some effort to change people's impression and about jadeite, because we used thought that jadeite was wear by senior ladies, and no, it's not true. Actually, it can be presented in a modern way. So if we want to present it in a modern way, the cutting of jadeite need to be changed. Otherwise, even the design, I mean, the setting design is good, but you still feel it's just like same jadeite but with different design. So I bought the rose stone, I cut the rose stone, I grind the rose stone with the different craftsmen, and every piece of the rose stone need to be cut and to grind and to be completed by at least 4 to 6 craftsmen. So I think Tracey Chen was started from there. Yeah, the cutting, the irregular cutting of the jadeite, and luckily, I think we got very good feedback, and which support us to keep continuing until now.
So that's kind of the very beginning of the success of this brand,
Yes,
is
yes.
because of the jadeite.
The jadeite.
And that's what makes you stand
Yes,
apart.
and we also have 20 years protection of the irregular cutting. So that's very rare in the industry, because most of the jewelry designer was just design the jewelries, most of the setting, but not to try to change the cutting of the gemstones, because probably that's another industry's business, but not designers thing. So I think, yeah, it's interesting. And also probably because I'm not originally from the art school, so I have the courage and I have the other input to help me to realize this.
Do you think
I
sometimes
was not blinded, right?
Yeah, sometimes not having experience, do you think that's actually helpful in the business?
Yes, because the way of you to think about, for example, the jewelry will be different. You are not bounded, you are not restricted, and you will have your new thought of the jewelry and realize it. It takes effort. I still remember when I was trying to find out the workshop and the craftsman, I was having my second baby. I was bearing her, I think probably like 6 months or 7 months. And I need to hold my big belly and climb the stairs to like 7 or 8 floor, because there's one day I think it's black out, so I need to climb up, and I up and down, and just want to find out the best way to cut the jadeite with the craftsman. So when you told me, everything just came out.
So you participate in all this
Yeah, but of course, definitely.
in the entire process.
Entire
of
process,
art.
of course. Yes.
Wow, that's very inspiring to hear, and I can't wait for more people to learn about your brand.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracey. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the next episode.